This is the one position group that's hot right now, facing the Washington Commanders on Sunday. We're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders, the injury report for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, Quinyon Mitchell, you name it. We're talking about everything. So let's get straight into it.
A killer buried, but not dead.
Darren, we better turn around. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's video is sponsored by BetUS, so definitely go check it out if you guys have not. We have a lot to discuss today. We are a few days away. We are getting there. We are getting to the NFC Championship game. Everything is running through Philadelphia. We have some things to go through. So, Ian Rappaport did put out the report officially, because Nick Sirianni did tell the media that Jalen Hurts will be out there for the walkthrough that happened Wednesday, which he was there. Quinyon Mitchell will be playing as well. So we already kind of knew this anyway, that both of these guys would be playing. Quinyon Mitchell, I don't know if it's a stinger injury. I don't necessarily even know what the injury actually is. It's the shoulder. But maybe it's just not a stinger. Maybe it's just something else, and it's not serious, which is a good thing. So getting Quinyon Mitchell back is really perfect. Now, really the main concern, probably two main concerns. One is Jake Elliott, because he's missed like 4 kicks the last 3 games, okay? And I have been very weary of him as of, the end of the regular season to like these last couple playoff games. But Jalen Hurts, this is going to be really the main thing, not from a skill asset type perspective, but it's going to be towards, is there going to be mobility there, especially in the pocket? If there's an open run lane, will he take it? Will he not run as fast? Will he maybe jog? I don't know. It really depends on this knee. Walkthrough is walkthrough. I mean, hopefully he could put weight on that knee and he feels good. I mean, if I could guess what this is at this point, it's probably an MCL, a grade 1 MCL, most likely, which isn't a big deal. You could still play on that. But we don't know the pain tolerance. We're not going to know nothing until the Eagles are out. The Eagles either win a Super Bowl or whatever. Okay, once the season's over, we'll find out more about this knee injury, if it really affected him or not. And we'll tell on Sunday. If he's sitting in the pocket and he can't move and he gets sacked like 4 or 5 times in the first quarter, then there's a problem. There's a big problem there. I'm hoping that's not the case, but, you have to figure this thing out and kind of not worry about it. But, I need to see if he's going to be okay. And hopefully he's a little bit, has a little bit of mobility going into this game, because we really need him. And hopefully with some of the play calling, they make things real simple. Get the checkdowns going if you need to. Make the defense worry about something else. This way, get the short passing game going as well. And obviously run with Saquon Barkley, the main things that a lot of people can't really defend at this point. Because if that defense knows that Jalen Hurts can't move and something's up with him, and, the offensive line's got to be like A+ in this game as well. So we all know a lot of factors really have to be on the same page, and, hopefully he's good to go and we'll be fine. And, it's nothing more serious than, maybe he's just, it's just a little bit of aggravating, a little bit pain-wise is a little aggravating. That's really as far as it goes with the injury to Jalen Hurts in that knee. Okay, now the injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles for Wednesday on the walkthrough obviously did not practice. Okay, Dallas Goedert and Cam Jurgens. I really wouldn't worry about this too much. Now, they didn't have rest days, but they did not practice. They're dealing with some things right now. I don't see Cam Jurgens being out this week, and it's still middle of the week. It was still middle of the week by this happening regardless. Dallas Goedert, come on now. You gotta stay upright for a couple games at least. You've had a record so far, but I really wouldn't worry about this too much. Dallas Goedert should be playing. Jurgens will be fine. As much as it's not rest, we'll see what happens there, but I think we'll be all right. Light practices, obviously, for A.J. Brown, knee. Britton Covey, neck. Jalen Hurts, knee. Lane Johnson, knee rest. Quinyon Mitchell, shoulder. Josh Sweat, ankle rest. So the two we're obviously going to be looking at are Dallas Goedert, Cam Jurgens. See what happens there. I don't see it getting any more serious than maybe they just did not practice and just want the rest of those guys, even though it wasn't a rest day for those guys on a walkthrough practice. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Britton Covey, I don't know what's been going on with him. If he returns actually this week, will they actually use him on punt returns? I probably not. I'd probably say probably not going to happen. You have Kenny Pickett, full practice with the rib injury, and Byron Young with the hamstring injury, full practice as well. So everybody is always dealing with something at the end of this year, guys. Guys are dealing with stuff. Obviously, you win this game, you have a bye week. You win this game against the Washington Commanders on Sunday for the NFC Championship. You'll get that bye week and then obviously have the Super Bowl. So, it's like working for an extra week of rest that this team would desperately need after a win like that. So we'll see what happens. Now, I got to talk about the defensive line for the Eagles, okay? Especially, we know Jalen Carter has been a powerhouse, and obviously, their starting right guard is going to be out of this game. They have a veteran backup. Don't know how good he is. Should be a explicit, maybe a weak spot there in the middle of that offensive line for the Washington Commanders. And if that's the case, they're going to have a really long day with Jalen Carter. Going to have to double team him, and obviously, someone else is going to get freed up. So we'll see how that goes. But I got to say, Jalix Hunt, man, has been pretty damn good. I gotta say, never got a shot earlier in the season when it came to the rotation, but like the middle to late-ish of the season, they start giving him some snaps in the rotation. Not a lot of snaps, obviously, in the rotation, especially when Brandon Graham was playing as well. So Jalix Hunt, in the 8 or 9 snaps he was in against the LA Rams, he had like 2 pressures, like 1 sack, got his first sack of his career, which is fantastic. I think that's something to say, damn. So this is really something to build on for him. And if he's starting to get hot right now, then he's getting hot at the right time. And let me tell you, another offseason under his belt and a big future ahead of him if that's going to be the case. Really liked him from Houston Christian. A safety transformed into an edge rusher. And as a boundary type edge rusher that can go into coverage, he's pretty damn good at it. Can cover tight ends and big receivers and do a lot. So we'll see where he goes, but hopefully he makes more plays in the playoffs, especially this Sunday. Obviously, we know that Nolan Smith has been a powerhouse at 9.5, sacks already, forced fumbles. I mean, the last 3 games have been absolutely ridiculous. Post-bye week, he's been absolutely ridiculous. We know how Nolan Smith has been playing so far this season, and we really have to rely on him. Because I'm telling you right now, okay, Bryce Huff is going to be gone after this year. I've kind of already thought about it and said, you know what? Bryce Huff, ever since he came back from this minor wrist surgery, he's playing with one hand pretty much because his other hand is a club at this point. And to be honest with you, I don't know if you wait another year. And I don't think Fangio actually liked him. I think literally this was a Howie Roseman signing, a panic signing from Howie Roseman, a desperate signing from Howie Roseman, because you trade Hassan Reddick for really nothing at the end of the day. 26 third-round conditional, that pretty much is the third-round pick as of right now. Okay, when Bryce Huff got to camp, in training camp, I mean, someone asked Fangio in his first press conference, was like, hey, could Bryce Huff be a 3-down edge rusher? He said he's not there yet. I don't think Fangio had anything to do with signing Bryce Huff. This was all Howie Roseman just trying to replace Hassan Reddick. And obviously that's not happening right now. Post-bye week, he was playing better, but now it's like he's hurt, then he's back, had the surgery, he should be fine, and he's barely he had 1 snap in the Packers game. 1 snap. In this game, I don't know how many snaps he had. I probably nothing. 0 to not even 3. Okay? They trust a 3-man rotation than having an extra guy that's going to take snaps away from Nolan Smith. And that's the one thing I didn't want, and that's the best thing that we could have asked for from Vic Fangio. If you earn your snaps, if you play well, you will earn those snaps through Vic Fangio's system. He doesn't play favorites. He's got no favoritism. That's just been how it's been right now. Okay, that defensive line is the bread and butter with a great secondary that's playing well. Darius Slay playing like he's 24. The last 2 playoff games, Darius Slay, big play Slay, has been playing like it's his last year. He's playing like he's 24, 25 years old. This is the best I've seen Slay in a long time. Okay, so I think we're set and ready to go, bro. I think we're getting hot at the right moment. This pass rush is just insanely good. And a lot going on here. So, very happy about that, going forward. Now, lastly, Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Okay, I really don't have much to say at this point, just to say this, okay? We see Jaden Daniels and his Jalen Hurts quotes at his press conference the other day. They're playing the fight song, the Eagles fight song at practice. They're trying to get them mentally prepared for this game on Sunday. Let me tell you something real quick, okay? The Eagles, I swear to God, dude, it's almost as if the Commanders are being perceived as a narrative of they're some big underdog this season. They have never been, the narrative has never been they are the underdog, okay? The Eagles are just a better football team regardless. And look, I've given Washington their props. I give Washington their props since they really created this rebuild this year, okay? Between their ownership to the head coach to the new coordinators, 17 free agents, over $95 million in cap space. Yeah, you can do whatever you want at that point. And a lot of teams that make moves like that aren't necessarily, successful. The Jets tried to do it a few years ago. The Tennessee Titans had over $65 to $75 million in cap space. They couldn't get a team together like this. And obviously, with a good coach with Dan Quinn behind them, they played pretty good. And Cliff Kingsbury is literally taking what Jaden Daniels has done from LSU in college and has made him so comfortable in that offense. And what makes Jaden Daniels so dangerous is his legs. It's not even necessarily his throwing pretty much. It's really his legs at the end of the day. He's got a lot of weapons around him. So two good running backs there. Like I said, their right guard is going to be out in this game. So, hopefully will be a weak spot there. But, they're coming in cocky. They're coming in conceited. They're coming in like they're feeling themselves right now because they beat the Eagles the second time. Eagles are up 21-0 pretty much, okay? They take the quarterback out, and that's it. They're celebrating that win for 2 weeks because they beat Kenny Pickett, and we beat the number one defense. They beat nothing, okay? Any idiot that doesn't have tunnel vision could say, hey, you know what? The Eagles go 3-and-out offensively that many times. Any team that goes 3-and-out offensively that many times in the game, and your defense is on the field the entire game, yeah, the Eagles got tired out, and they were friggin' done at that point and couldn't hold up. And they almost still got beat, a catch away from getting beat in that game. And they were celebrating that shit for 2 weeks. Didn't even clinch anything, and still did that, okay? This fan base needs to be put in their place because they're not used to this type of... The Eagles have been in the playoffs the last 4 years. This team is very fresh going into a playoff game, okay? NFC Championship game. I would have loved to face Tampa Bay. Wouldn't have mattered who we faced. I would have went on the road to Detroit. Wouldn't care. Detroit couldn't survive, especially with that defense that had 16, 17 players on IR, okay? Now you're facing a legitimate defense in the playoffs at the Link in Philadelphia. And they think that the Eagles are just going to roll over in this game. This is an NFC East battle for the third time in an NFC Championship game. It's probably one of the most exciting games I've been looking forward to because the NFC East is starting to get competitive again, and that's what I give respect to that. Finally. And, this is going to be a matchup that's going to be down the road for years to come. So, Jalen Hurts says at the press conference today that, everybody has got to be on their A game. The crowd has got to get into it. That place is going to be rocking. It's playoff football in Philadelphia. I don't think the Eagles have ever had a wild card, a divisional, and an NFC Championship game at home in one season. I don't think they've done that in one playoff series. I don't think they've ever had all that together. I think this is the first time in franchise history this has even happened. Okay? So that's why I say a lot of things about Jalen Hurts' health going to this game because I want him to be on his A game too. With what, game plan the coaching staff gives him. And this is where we're going to be at. So I feel really good going to this game on Sunday. I really do. You know what I mean? And we'll see what happens. But they overlook us, I'm telling you, and I feel it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that they're feeling themselves going to this game. Like they don't got no one fucking worry in the world going to this game. That's pretty much where I'm at. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this matchup coming this Sunday, the NFC Championship game. How do you feel about Jalen Hurts and this injury? Do you think it's serious? Do you think they're hiding something? Do you think he's really okay? You guys let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you like the video and definitely subscribe if you guys haven't. I appreciate it so much, all the support, and I will see you guys on the next one. Shakes what up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.